This is Sebastian. He likes precision sound.
I want the truth!
Scratch that. He likes precision sound a lot. So much that he goes through a series of multi-point measurements using the Genelec GLM system that is built into the Dream speakers we review today. This is speakers that makes Tim Harris go,
Is that
blindfold Lars,
And nice. Coffee.
and makes Carsten talk funny.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yep, you accidentally clicked on Stjernholm Reviews. This is the Dream Speaker review of the Genelec 8380A. Strap in, you are now with the elite listeners for nature preservation. We pay it forward and we encourage you to do the same. There's always been a beautiful paradox in the audiophile world. While we hi-fi nerds chase that magical illusions that musicians have somehow materialized right in the room, very few of us actually listen on the loudspeakers that was used to create those recordings in the first place. Because the professional audio world lives by a completely different philosophy. Studios don't chase romance, they interrogate, measure, and demand the unromantic truth in their sound. It's the difference between soft, warm bedroom lighting and the bright, unforgiving lamp of the surgeon's table. Finnish company Genelec has lived inside that world since 1978, building its reputation not in luxury hi-fi salons, but in places where the loudspeaker is a tool. This here is the Genelec 8380A. For its sheer specs alone, it's a three-way, on paper 122 dB SPL maximum, built-in GLM room correction DSP, and true point source dispersion courtesy of this minimum diffraction coaxial MDC driver.
Why did I miss that?
It's a point source.
Oh, this is a driver?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just a gimmick.
It's the compact younger brother to the five-way monster, the 8381A. A speaker so powerful that Sergeant Starhole here had to warn the truth before actually listening to it.
It's in control of unbelievable forces!
You can still catch that review right down there, linked in the description.
So here you can get a lot of those same features that you get with the large 8381, like the good impact and the good SPL output at the critical 1 to 200 Hz range, which gives you that haptic sensation when you listen to the loudspeaker.
Normally you would see main monitors like these flush mounted into studio walls. But today there's a growing tribe of hi-fi lovers demand studio-grade precision.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
That alone makes this 8380A pretty fascinating. But can a loudspeaker engineered as a professional tool also steal the heart of an audiophile?
Extremely good imaging, and it really comes out. It's this open space.
Now, let's get our nerd on and look at the design and engineering behind this speaker.
Say Stjernholm Reviews. Stjernholm Reviews. Hey!
Yeah, it has some size to it, and it comes in classic.
Black or white.
The enclosure here is a precision-engineered MDF cabinet shaped to minimize diffraction and keep the dispersion very smooth. The most striking feature, of course, is the very large directivity control waveguide here, set around the coaxial mid-tweeter MDC point source driver that takes over from 470 Hz all the way up. This gives you really consistent imaging whether you're sitting close to the speaker or sitting further away.
The test has been passed on Roger Waters.
On the imaging,
on the imaging.
And even when we move around in the room, That matters a lot to music because a loudspeaker doesn't just fire straight at your ears. It energizes the whole space. Predictable reflections means better imaging, more stable tonal balance, and a believable soundstage over a surprisingly wide sweet spot.
There is a lovely calm to the soundscape here. These speakers here are absolutely fantastic.
Perfect for real home listening, where you actually walk around or you want the speakers placed very far apart, for example. The speaker shares the exact external dimensions of previous Genelec midfield models, so studios can upgrade without rebuilding their walls. The entire amplifier module in the back can even be detached.
Yeah, you can actually remove the amplifier from the rear and have it remotely somewhere else. So you can cable it from a longer distance in case the speaker is flush mounted in a cavity in a wall. Then you can remove the amp and put it in the rack room or wherever you want to put it.
That level of practical thinking tells you exactly who these speakers were built for. Plus, it uses 2 forward-firing reflex ports, so even when flush-mounted, the bass stays leaner and punchy. No boom, just tight and controlled low end.
The new reflex port designs are improvement over the existing, quite a bit of layering in both ends of the port, so we are able to push more air at low frequencies, and with higher SPL levels you still don't have any like spurious noises or any negative artifacts because of the ports.
Inside, it's a classic 3-way layout, a powerful 15-inch woofer handling everything up to those 470 Hz, where the mid and tweeter takes over. At the core, the 8380A is a fully active 3-way reference monitor built on Genelec's SAM platform, SAM, short for Smart Active Monitor. Instead of a passive speaker that relies on external amps and crossovers, Genelec designs the entire electroacoustic system as one integrated unit. Drivers and amplification and all the calibration tools are all engineered together. Each driver gets its own a dedicated amplifier. We are talking 500 watts Class D for the bass, 250 watts for the mid-range, and a 200 watt Class AB stage for the treble. The crossover is handled digitally, providing perfect timing, phase behavior, and driver optimization. For anyone chasing the next level of precision, this approach makes total sense. No passive crossover to mess up phase or amplifier load, almost zero intermodulation distortion, and every part of the signal chain is known and totally controlled. This is the natural next evolution in speaker design.
It's one small step for man.
Say Stern Home Review. Stern Home Review.
The second half of the SAM magic is GLM, short for Genelec Loudspeaker Manager. Using the GLM kit, you get a measurement microphone and software where the system analyzes your room and tunes the speaker in real time. For anyone who wants absolute linearity, this is basically mandatory, because neither control rooms or living rooms are ever perfect. I won't dive super deep into the GLM software here in this video, but trust me, it's a pleasure to use and it's ridiculously powerful. You get full access to every filter, advanced grouping of speakers, presets, tilt curves, and even live listening level monitoring. And you can add the tactile 9320A hardware controller for volume and preset switching if you want those knobs in your life. Connectivity is balanced analog XLR or AES EBU digital, the balanced digital standard. If you add a great streamer or amp, you just power up the speakers and you're good to go.
Say Stern Home Review. Stern Home Review.
At roughly 16,000 euros for the pair, the 8380 sits right where many audiophiles would normally shop for high-end passive speakers. But here you get all the amplification built in, that built-in DSP, and full room calibration, all engineered as one coherent system. And it shows. Suddenly the economics look very different compared with buying separate amps and outboard correction. All of this technology looks spectacular on paper, but to music lovers, specs really doesn't matter.
It was just incredible. The whole thing, it was so incredibly aggressive. It came out exactly as it was supposed to. It felt like it was inviting you to just step right in. It had real punch to it.
It was
you knew it
loud.
meant serious business. Man, that was really, really good.
Emotion does. So will this precision translate into immersion? Does the engineering serve the music, or does it just dissect the recording with clinical honesty? Well, hang on for part 2 coming up on the end card, where the Silverback listening team is let loose.
Give me the information, nothing more, nothing less.
As we just listen. See you on the other side.
Walter, reckon we supposed to say something right about now, feller?
No, Earl. I have not been summoned for duty on this one.
Well, I suppose everything done been said then. Can't hardly wait to click that there part 2, boy.
There it is.
Click it, you darned old hoss.